Um, yeah, I had a good day today, and I decided to post a small Saiyan tier list as well, just on Saiyans, and we will see who gets where. So, who is on the top? It's clear. It's Gogeta. Gogeta is the champ. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now this is difficult because we have renditions of the same character, and now I can't rank them like they used to. Oh, Broly's here. Broly is also S tier because he's what a Saiyan supposed to be, but magnified, a real Super Saiyan. One of the better Dragon Ball villains. Probably the best villain next to Baby. And Baby is all on the list, but he doesn't recognize himself as a Saiyan. Where's Baby? Oh, here he is. Let's put him to S tier 2 because why the fuck not? Baby's a chat. Oh man, we have two Gokus, don't we? Wait a second. This is Goku when he was a kid. And this is probably Goku at his best. Let's put him to S tier 2 because I can. Well, S tier is already crowded. Bardock, one of the best Dragon Ball characters, ruined by Super, but here we have the image of an episode of Bardock. Bardock, sadly. That movie was garbage, but Bardock is S tier 2 already. S tier, really, we are really heading home with the S tier guys. So we now have to rank a few characters below. Let's go to S tier. C tier. C tier is also characters that deliver the bare minimum. And the bare minimum are these chat Saiyans. Where's the next? Yes. Chat Saiyans. Raditz. Nappa. Oh, here we have Dragon Ball Z Goku. Or is it Dragon Ball Super Goku? I don't know. So, we have Paragus. Paragus is a great villain. He is crafty and he tries to lure Vegeta into a trap by creating a fake empire for him, just to kill him later off. I think that's a pretty good plan for a villain like him. Nappa and Raditz, they don't just do the bare minimum, they are effective villains in the story. They aren't deep characters like they are pretty much the henchman type of characters that try to do their job in listening to Vegeta and Lord to Frieza. I'm not so sad again. Awful movie, a revival of F. So, as they show how badass Saiyans are. And Vegeta obviously. So, they already do the bare minimum. Vegeta, I think, is also A tier material. Alongside with. Okay, do we need 2 times Goku? Why did I put him S tier? Like, probably he was the best in Dragon Ball because he was learning about what is going on. But it's all part of his character, so yeah, let's put him to A tier as well. If this was Super Goku, he would be far lower. I don't want to rank Goku just by super standards. Dragon Ball Z Gohan. I think Gohan is a fine character. Future Gohan is just I in reality it's the same character, but he's forced to a different path, and that's just interesting in my opinion, which keeps him to A rank. No, should I put him to still to B rank? Yeah, let's put him to B rank, and we have regular Trunks. He can go to B rank as well. I don't like any of these characters more than these characters. They are just leading the plot, or they are far more dominant than any of these. Vegeta Jr. Does the bare minimum. Cell does a little more, but after Cell became Perfect Cell, he became a generic bad guy. Is being a generic bad guy enough to put him to B? I sadly don't think so. Then we have Goten and Trunks, and Gotenks. They are C rank. Don't honestly even do the bare minimum. They are barely doing the bare minimum. Vegito, we have the C variation. He can go to B rank. Why is he so low? I think he does a little bit more than these, but really I kinda got tired of Fusion by the time we got to Vegito, and Vegito was not nearly as impressive as he should have been. He's the strongest character in the manga and the Z anime, but he feels like really hollow. The only thing memorable about Vegito is, but he represented like the bond between Goku and Vegeta, both giving up their individuality permanently. But it got regressed, but it back when it was permanent anyway and not got retconned. You actually felt like they went through with what they intended, and they would be willing to give up their individuality for permanent fusion, but now they barely managed it, barely dare to fuse, even if it's not permanent, which really devalued Vegito. And this is Captain Ginyu. Captain Ginyu is not a Saiyan. So, but he, as a villain and what he's supposed to be, I guess he does the bare minimum. Tierlist is a fine villain. He's not deep or anything. He does his job. Pan does. She's okay character, but I felt she should do a little bit more considering who she is. King Vegeta, not a very deep character, but it does the bare minimum, selfish king type of character. What else do we have? Goku Jr. is like another take on Gohan, learning about overcoming his insecurities. It's a nice story, even if there was no payoff technically, but there was because it's a kid show. Trying to cope with realizing that the Dragon Balls don't do shit. Yeah, that was interesting. So what else do we have here? We are now reaching the trash tier characters, and I don't have any. Oh my god! Yes, these characters, they oh man. If you watched that episode, that was so great. Yeah, these It's questionable of these various Saiyans, but they completely stomped the B team, and they supposed to show how dangerous Saiyans are in general, and that the new Saiyans that are about to come to Earth are on a completely different level. And they did the, their job really well, I felt. And now we are going to trash tier. First we have Yamoshi. Yamoshi we don't know anything about, but I will still put him to D tier based on what we know. So apparently this Yamashi loser is the first Super Saiyan God, and from what we learn, he lost to he lost to regular Saiyans because he got tired fighting. How pathetic! It sounds like this guy would probably lose against Base from Goten in a fight. What a pathetic Super Saiyan God character. People are hyped to see him in a movie or something. Do you think this Yomoshi loser has a chance to any even against Pan? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Now, DBS Broly. DBS Broly is trashed here simply because he is another good-hearted Saiyan in a race full of bad-hearted evil Saiyans. Universe 7 is about bad Saiyans, and now we are getting all these goody-goody Saiyans, which completely contradicts you know what I mean, which makes no fucking sense from how Saints were portrayed during Z. And obviously he has anger issues because we have to make characters fight each other. Yeah. Like, how can you say this Broly is better than the old Broly, who is much better written, actually has motivation and goals, and actually acts like a Saiyan. A Saiyan that we have enough Saiyans that stop acting like Saiyans and became good guys. Broly is unique because he is the first evil Super Saiyan we have gotten, and now we get only good Saiyans and they all become allies. We can't talk about goody goody Saiyans without the original goody goody Saiyan in Tabo. Nobody gives a fuck about Tabo. Such a garbage character. What? How does it even make sense that someone like Tabo even exists? Why didn't Kaio know about him? Didn't Vegeta know about him? Why was he never mentioned? Like, Toriyama is ass pulling so many characters and it's getting tired. Where Bulma has a sister, I didn't know about that. Next we find out Krillin has Krillin's brother comes out of nowhere, and now we have to deal with that hot garbage. A shitty story about what could Toriyama write next, which has something bullshit like Jaco. Nobody reads. Well, only people only read because it has Dragon Ball Minus in it. It's so awful. Then we have Bio Broly. Bio Broly is another hot garbage. It's not even. It's just a monster. It's just a caricature of what people think when they it's the original Broly, a mindless killing monster who has no personality. That's Bio Broly, not the original Broly. And the new Broly is just Tarzan and Hulk as one character. And don't know much about this new Paragus, but we will ignore him. But his friend he killed can go to D tier because he looks like a complete soy boy. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. These these new Saiyans are so shit that even Combo, Discount Broly, feels like more of a character. And all his personality is I want to fight you. I'm excited. Come show me your power. Nothing about him indicates evil Saiyan. But apparently he's an evil Saiyan. That's legit. Some cringy fanfic bullshit. Regarding Tabo, we have Kaba. Kaba is Tabo from Universe 6. It's just a discount Tabo who can just turn Super Saiyan and at least can fight, I guess. But if you look his character, he has less muscles than Tabo. I bet in reality Tabo would beat the crap out of beat the crap out of this soy boy Saiyan. He looks like a stick figure. How can anyone like this character? He doesn't even have an interesting personality. He's just some simp who easily gets irritated and crouched down to someone's character with dominating personality. And it's like someone who would be cock holding or something. Cock holding. Evil Goku. We needed more evil Goku. And his personality is Samus is one of the worst villains in the franchise. As a Saiyan, he doesn't even acknowledge himself being a Saiyan like Baby, but unlike Baby, he isn't even an interesting character. He is just, I'm God! Bow down to me, or better yet die, because you're a mortal. What? You are God, you die too. There can be only one God. What does he even care to achieve by killing everyone? Why doesn't he just wish from the Super Dragon Ball he can collect off screen anytime he wants? And just travel in time instead of freaking killing people, going through a tedious process and switching bodies with a mortal, taking assassins for himself. What a freaking idiot. We are getting closer to the most cringiest characters. Let's start with Goku's mom. Obviously, she's a caring mother. She's why Bardock became a goody. Bardock wasn't even a good guy. He's just more tame and actually cares for his son, which is unusual for Saiyans that don't belong to your royalty, because they are more companions. Saiyans work as companions with each other, and the children are just sent to other planets to fight. And rarely the adult Saiyans get to see their offsprings or care about their offsprings, because they don't get to interact with them. Such a garbage character. She can't even fight, she's just cutting meat or something, a butcher. Why do Saiyans even need something like that? Why can't they just kill stuff and eat it in space? Like, they are characters known for survival. And here we see they try to build a society which is not something you would actually think Saiyans would even care about. But now even the free... Never mind. Just thinking about Saiyans working at a canteen and preparing food for other Saiyans. It's just weird. And now they even have guns. A Saiyan with... Imagine. Now look. You are watching Dragon Ball Z, you are now in the Cell Saga, Vegeta and Nappa are on Earth, destroying an army almost casually. And now imagine some Saiyan from the old era puts out a gun and kills them. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine uh, Nappa dying to some handgun? So it's utterly embarrassing. Garbage show has Dragon Ball Super has become. Especially in the mangas, they even don't get me started. How is it possible? What is in these plot guns? How can they hurt? How can they hurt someone like Reddit? Can you imagine the gun? Which gun? This plot laser Sorbet has killing Nappa. Can you imagine that gun Sorbet has killing Super Saiyan Son Goku from the Namek Saga or Freezer? It makes no fucking sense. The next awful Saiyan is obvious. Kefla. All Kefla has is perhaps her design, everything else sucks. She's a mistake. She is the component of two of the worst characters in the franchise in a tournament that should not even exist. And the worst thing is she shouldn't be even allowed to exist, considering portales are weapons. And how come why are these the characters that are allowed to fuse of all characters in the arena? It's obviously that it's so blandly done that Champa chose them as what is it called, as an ace of Universe 6 despite hit existing. That's cringy as shit. And just two female Saiyans that happen to be female happened to be chosen to allow to be Potara fused and happened to not get punished. That's a lot of happened that you would expect in Dragon Ball fan fiction. And that's what Dragon Ball Super is, it's fan fiction. Because we have female Broly, the cringiest, she's a shy girl who turns into freaking Broly, but with tits. Awful character, rushed character development that makes no fucking sense. People should stop judging characters just by character development, because Reddit is billions times more interesting than these shitty female scenes. The only reason people like them is because they are female characters, not well written. And when we talk about shitty written characters, you can't end it with no one better than fucking Caulifla, the worst character in the franchise. She's a fangirl self-insert, and there's no position. She's a fangirl self-insert, basically. But just happened to get training, get billions of 3 Super Saiyan forms just out of nowhere. Mastered Super Saiyan just after she transformed. No losing, changing emotionally or anything. Just completely holding it like she trained decades to master it. Devaluing completely what Gohan, Goku, everyone went through. And if you want to mention Goten and Trunks, at least with Goten and Trunks, you can rationalize that they are offsprings of Super Saiyan, and we don't know how they obtained Super Saiyan, but that they have it when they were introduced, so they could have gotten used to it somehow when they got it. But Cauliflower just transforms. She has no knowledge about that form, learned it from freaking Cabba. some back tingle bullshit, and by accident just got another transformation in Super Saiyan 2. Did Goten and Trunks accidentally get Super Saiyan 2? Nope, they didn't. So Cauliflower is vastly worse than the half Saiyans, which were also established as to have higher potentials thanks to Gohan, and them being now offsprings of Super Saiyans justifies it even more. Also they introduces gag characters and as key components on a freaking tournament. It was obviously rushed bullshit, so we have some female Super Saiyans. They couldn't have a Cabal and teach Super Saiyan to other characters within the time frame between tournament, Universe 6 tournament and tournament of Power of Screen. Nope, he's the only Super Saiyan still at that point, and now these nobodies get it. Total garbage. And with this we end this tier list. The other two characters are not relevant to the list, and we see each other next time.